All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachel Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. Okay, just going into this topic of with this whole thing going on in the Middle East. All right, with Iran. All right, and their general being killed, and Iran basically vowing revenge. Okay, on the U.S. All right, and hey, it's a beautiful thing how the Lord started off this year, with a bang right off the top. Okay, and so let me start off with the scripture, Romans 13 and 11. Okay, because hey, this is just more signs that we're close to the end. However, all right, we have to keep in mind that you don't want to let the excitement, all right, of prophecy, all right, make you forget the order of prophecy. All right, because like the Lord gave us the order, which I have here, Matthew 24 and 6, all right, or Matthew the 24th chapter, all right, as to how the prophecies are going to take place. Okay, because we understand that the war of Armageddon, all right, the Third World War is going to be the last prophecy. All right, that's going to take place. Okay, it's going to be the war, all right, to end all wars. But before that war happens, you still have one major prophecy that has to take place. All right, and keyword I said major. All right, being that that RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. Okay, the scriptures say that the mark of the beast is going to be made mandatory to try the whole world. That has to happen before this war pops off on the scale, all right, of nuclear destruction. All right, but keep in mind also that if we're hearing of war talks now, all right, then how much closer is that chip? See? All right, so this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." All right, and you see a lot of people, all right, starting with the elect, waking up, all right, to this truth, man. All right, you have more people asking questions, more people stopping by, listening, okay, because our salvation is nearer than even when we believed. Okay, and keeping that in mind that, yeah, we believe that salvation is close and we're watching these prophecies, but we're seeing these signs come to pass, and the Lord told us that there's still other things that have to take place before the destruction comes. All right, before that World War III happens, man. What, we're just gonna skip Jacob's trouble? We're just gonna skip the martial law, the pestilence, the disease, the famines? Don't forget about the persecution. All right, the Revelation 2 and 10, they're still going to cast some of us into prison. Some of us are going to be martyrs. So no, World War III is not, America's not going to be made a desert in the next 2 weeks, because you still have things that have to take place before that. Yeah, it sucks. We want the prophecies to kick off, boom, 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 but there's an order to it. And as the Lord told Esdras, he has set everything by measure and by bound. All right, he doesn't stir up the times, all right, or basically roughly paraphrasing, cut it short. So everything is going to happen when it's appointed to happen. Now, the Lord is setting the stage, all right, with this tension in the Middle East rising, because it's not going back down from there. Think of it like you trying to make tea, and what the Lord is doing right now is He has the water in the kettle, okay, but now what? The water has to boil, okay. And that's what you see going on. So once the water is boiled, that's when you put the tea bag, you pour it in the cup, you let it marinate, whatever, and you got your tea. So that when that water is hot and boiling, that's when we're gonna be at that World War III. But in between, while the water is boiling, what are you doing? You get in the cup, you get in the tea bag, and that's the prophecies that are gonna happen in between. Before the tea is complete, before the end comes. So yeah, we're seeing the kettle, we're seeing the water being poured into the kettle, we're seeing the kettle being put on fire, all right, with this tension in the Middle East. But now we have to what? We have to wait for the water to boil. We have to let the water get to that boiling point before we can pour it into the cup of making that tea. All right. But while that water is boiling, you're getting the cup, you're getting the tea bag. And so while this World War III is brewing, you're having that mark of the beast being pushed. All right, you having this the other prophecies in between, the race wars, the riots, and all that being set in place, because the prophecy ties into each other, man, and that's why the Lord told us this. All right, well, He told Esdras, but it applies to us because we're in the shoes of Esdras now. All right. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we have to what? We have to measure thou the time diligently. All right. That means you watch and then you match it with what the scriptures say. Not how you feel or what you want to happen, but what the scriptures say is going to happen. All right. And hey, we don't have much longer here, man. There's only a few prophecies left. Okay? This is Matthew 24, verse... I'll start at verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, or the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye, check this out, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. You see? So wars and rumors of wars, that is also a prophecy. Hearing of rumors of wars, hearing of tensions, seeing proxy wars. Okay? That is also one of the prophecies. All right? But the Lord said what? The end is not yet. Why? For nation shall rise against nation. That has to happen. Kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines on a large scale. That has to happen. And pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. These are happening, but it's going to be put on a scale like never before. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. See? So there's still other things that got to happen. All right. But hey, a lot can happen in a year, man. And we don't even know if the Most High is going to decide to run this year through. He might cut it short. We don't know. He might make it longer. We don't know. All right. But hey, Lord's will, something is definitely bound to happen this year, man. All right. 2020, the year of prophecy. All right. So I'm going to end it with this. This is Revelation 14 verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and the beast today, all right, Rome incarnate is NATO and the EU, all right, with America on top. All right, America really spearheading it. It says, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his right hand, which is the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. What's that? That's the nuclear missiles. See? So the Lord said the judgment for those who take the chip, they're gonna be burnt in the nuclear missiles. But how the hell is that gonna happen if World War III hits before anybody is even tried or tempted to take the chip? See? There's an order to it, man. All right? And in the midst of that world war is when the Lord is gonna make his second return. All right? So, hey, we look forward to that. All right, I just wanted to get that out there, Lord's will. This is edifying unto the elect. You know, which brothers already know this, all right, but you know, brothers get excited. All right, but hey, look, man, we don't have much longer here. All right. We don't have much longer here. You see the way the Lord already started off this year. Okay, so Lord's will, he just, you know, he keeps it on that type of time, you know, and only turns up the heat even more and more. All right, but with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.